Today, everybody. I'm Sabrina Salas Matanani with your latest on containing COVID. According to the latest information from the Joint Information Center, on Saturday, only 7 tests were run at the Department of Public Health's lab. 0 were positive. That means the total number of confirmed cases of COVID-19 on Guam remains at 136. There are 110 recoveries and 5 deaths. Meanwhile, the governor says she is looking at beginning the recovery process, but it will be gradual.
I have impaneled a group of representatives from the community to be my advisors. It includes epidemiologists, it includes medical personnel, it includes business community, the private sector, the industry, tourism industry, and of course government agencies. These panel will be the one to look at a plan of how and what the best strategy is to do the recovery. The recovery, I have to tell you, is going to be gradual and going to be controlled and going to be monitored very closely. So restrictions are going to be lifted, but they're going to be lifted gradually.
The first batch of economic impact payments fronted by the local government should be in your mailbox tomorrow if you didn't get it over the weekend. The first batch is only for individuals who filed and had income of less than $10,000. A total of 6,800 checks were printed, but only 3,200 were mailed, with another batch expected in the next few days. As for the rest of the stimulus checks, DRT is waiting for IRS approval on its implementation plan, and once that's done, the EIP checks should begin within a few weeks. In the CNMI, the number of confirmed cases rose again. There are now 14 positive cases of COVID-19. According to a media release from the CNMI governor's office, the new case is a 57-year-old woman who is in stable condition and isolated at Kanoa Resort. Unlike previous testing, which were done by Guam Public Health, the new case was done in Saipan through their own testing device, an ID now by Abbott machine, which does have FDA emergency use authorization. The rapid test can give results in as little as 5 minutes. And speaking of test kits, thousands arrived on Saipan on Saturday.
1,000 test kits arrived again with the additional machine. Our goal is to start testing our first responders, our nurses and doctors, as well as our first responders' family. Hopefully we can start doing that sometime next week. Again, our ultimate goal is to try to do mass testing for everybody on the island. That's going to take a little bit longer, but we want to assure our first responders, our nurses, our doctors, and their families that we have the test kits that's needed in order for us to know.
As for the latest on the USS Theodore Roosevelt, 8 sailors are now at Naval Hospital Guam being treated for COVID-19 symptoms, and 1 remains in the intensive care unit. The number of positive cases now stands at 669, while there are 3,913 sailors who have tested negative. A little over 4,000 have been moved ashore. 1 sailor passed away last week. Additionally, starting Monday, the military, along with the CDC, plan to conduct an outbreak investigation with volunteers from the crew who will undergo serology testing, which is done through blood samples. For the very latest on containing COVID, make sure to check out KUAM.com or any of our social media platforms. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Sabrina Salas Matanani. Please protect yourself, protect your family, wash your hands, practice social distancing, wear a mask, and stay home.